Right then, we've got one more fan question, and then we're going to go to the news. Ryan Hughes says, how do real-life relationships affect work in the ring? If you didn't like or trust your opponent, did that change how you would plan or call the match in the ring?
That is an excellent question. And the weird thing is sometimes you have the best matches with the people you like the least. And then you have some of the worst matches with the people you think you have amazing chemistry outside the ring, but it just doesn't translate in the ring. Now, that trust thing, that's something I always was nervous about. I was nervous about people that I thought didn't like me, but were professionals in the ring for the most part. Like guys like Billy Gunn, guys like Bradshaw. If he liked you, he would hit the clothesline a certain way. If he didn't like you, he was always there, put it that way. But certain moves would be extra there sometimes, and that just happens. But as far as trust, man, I'm trying to think of how to apply that word because I'm outside the bubble now. I never trusted anybody in the ring. I never left anything to chance, put it that way. I would trust them with my body, but as I got more experienced, I would try to politically still kind of not piss them off, but then have things to where I felt safe. Because think about it. I was in a ring with somebody I got along with probably the best out of anybody in ECW, Terry Funk. And I let him drop a guardrail on my neck. So think about that. I should have said no. So from that point on, I didn't really trust anybody in the ring, especially when it came to my neck or injuries. I kind of swallowed my, how should I say it, my distrust and pushed through it. But if I saw something going sideways, like Hoovy wanted to give me the Hoovy driver, and I was like, no. And then he was starting to give me the Hoovy driver. I was like, no, grab him off the crossbody, pin myself. I'm out of here.
Did you ever go into a match feeling like there was a percentage that your opponent might try something on you when you went to the ring?
Absolutely.
Who?
Mostly everybody during the Right to Censor.
I mean, what, that bad?
It was pretty bad. Yeah. I thought every night on a house show and everything, they were trying to teach me a lesson. They were trying not maybe to severely injure me or maim me, but hurt me and make me want to give up and leave and quit.
Jealousy? Because you were getting a push?
Maybe, but then again, I was severely overweight. I was missing spots, and the locker room can police that. So I wasn't innocent, and they weren't innocent as time went on, because I got progressively worse and missing stuff and looked sloppy and worked sloppy. Did I deserve to get beat up? No, nobody does. But I can understand their brand of justice to say, if you're going to have this spot, we're going to teach you a lesson.
So if it's somebody you really don't get on with, let's say, and it's a one-on-one match, do the matches end up getting planned out more, maybe? I mean, does one person generally take the reins and say, we're going to do this, that, and the other, and you're just, compliant in that sense, and, just to get through it? Or do they end up being, like, creatively more fulfilling in a sense?
Sometimes those are the best matches. It's weird. Like I said, you can have people you don't get along with have great chemistry and do great business and draw money in the ring. I'm sure Austin and Rocky and Taker and everybody have talked about people they don't like but did business with. I mean, there was that famous thing where, at WrestleMania in Boston where Taker is taping up his fist because he doesn't know what Shawn's going to do, if he's going to do good business for Austin. Now everybody's friends, but back then it was a bit different. Bret and Shawn had fantastic matches together. Even the Montreal Screwjob was an amazing match, and they didn't get along in the slightest. Very weird business. Now, I will say this. Whenever I thought, can I trust this person? Are they going to go on into business for themselves? Something's not translating? I would involve that agent for everything for that match. Because now the agent sees, and now the agent picks the finish, the spots, who goes over, how to start, all this stuff. Now I go back to the agent and I go, it's on you. You told them to do it. They went sideways. It's not on me.
I've lost the guy's name already. It was on a different page. Next question. Simo Dollars asks, what's your favourite part of wrestling in Scranton, Pennsylvania?
Well, I get to visit the office area from the show. No, that's not it. That's not it. I'm just kidding.
This is the American office you're talking about, aren't you?
The American office,
Never
sorry.
watched it, man.
The real one compared to the one.
Shut up, Gordon Bennett. Offend me.
You know what? I wrestled at the CYO in Scranton against Raven, and we put in probably 40 minutes, and it's one of my favorite matches because Raven, this is funny because we talked about it in WCW. As Raven was going to leave for WCW, and it was kind of a known fact within the locker room he was leaving, Raven from time to time, sometimes more often than not, would show me not only how much he knew, but how much I didn't know. And he would take that match. He did it in West Virginia too, and he did it in Western PA. He showed me, like, if I wanted to take it from you and I wanted to shine, if I wanted to be a babyface, if I wanted to get the people behind me, I could do it. And during that Scranton match at the CYO, he proved it, and time and time during that match. And thank God, gave it right back to me and taught me a very valuable lesson to stay humble. Really good stuff. I think also for TV, we cut a promo. Yeah, that promo was in Scranton, where I officially put my hat in the race to become ECW World Champion. And that was the official starting point for me to be in the three-way dance at Barely Legal. So Scranton does hold a pretty good place in my heart.
Let's go back to the Raven match then. So weed it out, drag it out a bit for the match itself. So you said, Raven's the heel, obviously, I'm presuming. How would he turn the crowd? And then how would he give it you back so quickly? It's these little, like, veteran tricks I'm fascinated to know about.
Well, for moments here and there, he would become Johnny Polo and put his arms up and do the A-boo spot. And they would just cheer because how did Raven do that? Stuff like that. Or on the other show, he would cut a promo and he would entertain the fans and make them laugh. He would do a Johnny Polo thing, but then he'd go back into the Raven character. Also, like with the Booker T thing, although I didn't have the experience or knowledge, he would start to eat me up and I wouldn't know to fight back because I was trying to be respectful. Then he would give it back to me and say, yeah, I can do that anytime I want. Like, yeah, you sure can. Just little examples of he controlled the match so he can do anything he wanted. I left it up to him to control it. So sometimes he wouldn't give me something or he would counter. He would turn around after giving it to me, put the arms up in the air, the fans would cheer. If I shined them, they start to boo a little bit. This is like peak BWO, big Stevie Cole popularity. He can control a crowd. He could have made or break me just like he made me earlier.
Is this a good time to ask you when you actually wrestled him as Johnny Polo? And this is in West Liberty, West Virginia.
No, he was Raven, but he would bring out aspects of the Johnny Polo character to entertain the fans.
No, there was one match in 97 just before you went to WCW where he wrestled as Johnny Polo.
Yeah, but he had the Raven. He told them to introduce him as Johnny Polo, but he was dressed as Raven.
Got you.
So he was just trying to throw me off, which he absolutely positively did. And I'm like, huh?